officers at the amusement park assume that it is a prank, but right then, Kong receives a call that is connected to the timer near his wife. Now, both of them can hear each other. Yoo Jung can also see a picture of her kidnapped daughter inside the timer. Then, the bomber speaks up and reveals that a large explosive is set under the ground where Yoo Jung is standing. She can run, but if she does so, little Seoul will be killed. Kong, who is hearing everything, begs his wife to run away, but she doesn't move an inch. A short while later, a large explosion occurs, which tosses her a few meters away. At the parking lot, O'Day discovers the black car he was looking for and somehow opens the door. But as soon as he does so, a small explosion occurs, causing him minor injuries. Kong also arrives at the scene but doesn't find any signs of his daughter inside the car. In the following scene, we are finally shown the mastermind behind all the terror attacks. He is Tae Seong, ex-Navy, who was a part of the Hala submarine when it came under attack. His brother was also in the submarine, but he passed away on that fateful day. Now, Tae Seong is doing all this to take revenge on the government and Kong for their arbitrary decisions. Elsewhere, the city's section chief officer, Young Han, is informed about the explosion at the amusement park. He is also told that the bomb diffuser, Yoo Jung, is still alive, which makes her an obvious target for the bomber. Hence, Young Han asks his driver to take him to the hospital immediately. But before they can reach, Tae Seong enters Jang Yu's medical room and kills her security guard. On the other hand, Kong and O'Day go to meet an ex-Navy officer and inquire about Tae Seong's whereabouts. The latter gives them an address and so the search begins. After a while, Kong enters the perpetrator's house, where he finds a lot of materials scattered around. These are the same materials that are used to make the bombs. Right then, Kong receives a call from Tae Seong, who holds him responsible for the death of his other co-officers. Kong tries his best to justify himself, but Tae Seong does not listen and suggests he meet him at the Mist Hotel. After this, disguising himself as a doctor, Tae Seong takes Yoo Jung out of her room in a wheelchair to the hallway. In the meantime, Young Han also arrives there but fails to recognize the perpetrator. He instead goes straight to Yoo Jung's room and finds her guard lying dead on the floor. Alarmed, he orders his driver to scan the whole area for Tae Seong. The latter does find him and initiates a fight, but in the process, he gets killed, allowing Tae Seong to drive away with Jang Yu. Meanwhile, a worried Kong calls Young Han and explains the entire situation to him. He also reveals about the bomb-related materials found at the perpetrator's house. Soon, Hong and O'Day arrive at the Mist Hotel and begin searching for the bomber. But instead, they find little Seoul sleeping on a couch wearing a jacket covered with explosives. Meanwhile, Young Han and his team inspect the perpetrator's house and deduce that the explosives are connected to different chips and it is difficult to defuse them. Elsewhere, Tae Seong enters the seminar hall of the Mist Hotel, wearing another jacket full of explosives, and greets the crowd. Hearing his voice, Kong rushes to the hall and confronts him. He tries his best to calm the bomber down, but to no avail. Tae Seong keeps on accusing Kong for the death of his brother, Tae Ryeon, and several other officers. He also belittles him for taking advantage of the situation for his own benefit. Following this, we are taken into a flashback. It has been 11 days since Hala has been stuck at the bottom of the ocean. Tae Ryeon can be seen talking to his brother and mentioning that he has full faith in Captain Kong and his ability to save them. Right then, Kong receives a telegram message from the headquarters, stating that it will take around 15 days for help to arrive. With only 19% oxygen left in the submarine, the Navy officers start to panic. Hence, to control the situation and save as many officers as possible, Kong comes up with a plan. He cuts a string into different lengths and informs the officers that whoever gets the longer length of the string will survive and the others will have to sacrifice themselves. One by one, the officers start pulling the strings from Kang's hand and let fate decide their survival. Tae Seong gets a longer string while his brother, Tae Ryeon, pulls a shorter one. Devastated, Tae Seong tries to protest against the captain, but he is pushed away. Then, right before his eyes, Tae Ryeon and the others who got shorter strings are forced to leave the place. Back to the present, Tae Seon tells Kang that his wife is trapped inside a car parked outside the hotel. Now, he only has 3 minutes to save both his daughter and wife. He also mentions that Kang needs to take the jacket he is wearing near both to disable the timers. With the clock ticking by, Tae Seon makes the situation even more difficult by attacking Kang. The two go back and forth for a while, but in the end, Young-han arrives and shoots Tae Seon dead. Following this, with only about 90 seconds left, Kang jumps from the top floor of the Mist Hotel and manages to reach his wife. He then defuses the bomb in the nick of time and saves her. But by this time, only 23 seconds are left on the timer. So, without caring about anything else, he drives the car inside the building and finally reaches his daughter. He then gets out of the car and defuses the bomb right before it explodes. In the last scene, Kang accepts his mistake and takes responsibility for the dead officers in front of the media. He mentions that the incident happened because of his silly decisions and that he should have acted more wisely. The movie ends with Kang visiting the tombstones of the deceased soldiers and giving them his final tribute. That's my explanation for the movie, Decibel. So, what do you guys think about the movie? Write in the comment.